Happy New Year. It's 2025. Wonderful. So, let's see here. Today, if you don't know who I am Scott. I'm an American who has been living in Bangkok now for 30 years. I'm an American in Bangkok. So, but we are going to talk today about something very, very important, incredibly important, and unfortunately something many men overlook until it's too late. And this is the danger of trusting someone that you don't know, someone you only know online. Unbelievable. I'm older now. I'm not that old, but I'm older. But I come from a generation where you don't go out and meet people from online or from online dating apps. You just meet people wherever you are. And if you meet people and you get together with them, then it's meant to be. If you don't, it's not meant to be. But I'm not one of these people who is into online dating, and I will talk about a little something that happened to me. Oh, this is 31 years ago. This is right before I came over here. We're going to talk about that. There's a little something that happened to me, so we'll talk about that in a short while. Let's see here how we get going. Good morning, Dale, Andy, Paul, everybody. Good morning to you all. And Happy New Year. Now, I don't know if you're seeing what's going on in the United States right now. I just saw something about Louisiana, about New Orleans, and I looked, and at least 14 people are dead. Some nut job apparently converted to Islam, and now he thinks he thought, because he's dead now, he thought if you are not a believer, then you must be somebody who needs to go, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know all the specifics about it, but it's a damn shame that these kind of things happen, and they seem to be happening more and more. They don't happen very often here in Thailand, and I'm glad that they don't. Every once in a while something happens, and I would say probably more frequently than in the past they are happening here. But, you know, that's the way it goes. There are nut jobs everywhere. And I think that's what this guy was. I think something was brewing inside of him, and he just cracked. Over time, he cracked. Yeah, the religion of peace. Well, I'm sure there are many people out there, because I have talked to many Muslims. Let me tell you, I got treated so well in Indonesia in a Muslim town. I was treated fantastically by the Muslims there. They didn't want anything to do with giving me a hard time. They were just great. However, there are a few out there, and a few from, I don't know how many hundreds of millions, what is it, how many Muslims? 2 billion or something like that? 3 billion? A small percentage of 2 or 3 billion is a lot of people, so you got to think about that now. Recovering at home now from my triple bypass heart surgery. What? How did this happen? Did you know about this, or was something sudden? Yeah, definitely get well, man. That's hardcore. Triple bypass. Sudden. Well, then consider yourself lucky that you're still here. You know, something that I think more and more now is that every day I wake up and every day I have a meal, every day I'm with my family, I'm grateful for. And I never thought that way before. But now I'm like, you know what? Too many people have heart attacks, have medical issues. Too many people go before their time. You know, and that's pretty crazy. Could be any age. I saw some guy the other day. It was some guy that I knew from years ago, and he had died when he was 58. I'm like, really? He's dead? Yeah, and that was what, 6 years ago or something. Wow. That's crazy, Andy. Well, I'm glad you're still with us. You know, that, I mean, you got some nut job out there going around shooting people, blowing people up, whatever it is, that's bad enough. But then you got to worry about you're walking along and all of a sudden, you know, something happens to you. And that could be the end. And that's the way I think. You know, I mean, I talk to my kids and my wife about it all the time. I'm like, if I go, I go. And what I said, I'll be honest about this, I want to go long after I'm off of YouTube. I don't want to be on YouTube and everybody goes, oh, did you hear what happened? Scott died today. I don't want, knock on wood, that to happen to me. I want it to be 5, 10, 15 years later. People have forgotten me. And then maybe a couple of people, oh wow, that guy died. Yeah, I remember him. That's what I want. That's it. Anyway, today, like I said, I want to talk about the danger of trusting someone you know online. And I saw a video about a man who struck up a conversation with a Thai woman online. This is why we're talking about it. And I have a video about this specifically going up tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I think after this stream, it will lead you to that video so that if you want, you can, you know, you can save it or whatever so you know where it is. You can link it, bookmark it. But anyway, he struck up a conversation with someone who he thought was a Thai woman. Now, he thought she was a woman. The woman could have been a team or it could have been anybody. But that person started sweet-talking him and dishing out all sorts of phony information, telling him what he wanted to hear. And it made him feel special. Now, why, I don't know. Why would you feel special because someone you don't know is telling you things that are very nice? You don't know them. You haven't seen them. So why would you feel special? You know, I feel special when someone that I know pretty well says to me, you know, I really admire that about you. That's what makes me feel special. I feel special when I do something, I accomplish something I want to accomplish. That makes me feel like, all right, I've done what I want to do. That makes me special in my own way. But it was all a con. And, you know, he got to know her. They got to a talking, but no video chats, no phone calls, nothing. She told him that she had graduated Harvard and that she was an investor. This is a true story, okay? And you would think, oh, wow, what a lucky guy. He met, you know, some lady from Harvard and she's got her act together, straight-laced, she's making bank. I mean, I don't know that I would think that, but that's what he thought. And so after a month, they've been talking, I mean, like every day. They're talking, and after a month, she said, oh, well, I invest. That's what I do. Maybe I can help you. Okay, Andy, thanks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing those. Well, knock on wood. Glad you're still around, Andy. That's scary. Anyway, after a month, she says, this is what I do. I invest. It's my job. And of course, he's already gotten in with her. He trusts her. He thinks he can trust what she says. And she said, if you wanted to invest a little bit of money, you can make some money. I know how you can make some money. Guaranteed you're going to make a profit. It sounded too good to be true because it was too good to be true. Right? But, of course, he's in. He's already hooked. He's the fish. She hooked him. Or, as this is known, he is the pig that she is butchering. It's called the pig butchering scam. She had him invest a little bit of money. I don't know, it's a couple $100, something like that. And in a matter of, a couple of minutes, 30 minutes or whatever, he had made 10% on his money. He's like, wow, this is great. All right, hey, I made a little money. So he invested a little more. Same thing. Quick return, 10%. So then he thought, I'll send $3,500. It's not all that much. It was about, I don't know, maybe 5% of what he had. He thought, okay, I'll send the $3,500. He sends the $3,500, $4,200 comes back. He's like, wow. Now, somebody smart might look at it as gambling and might say, I made $700. That's a lot of money. I'm not going any bigger than that. That's it. And then maybe she would lose out, right? Or they would lose out, whoever they are. No, he decides to double, triple, quadruple down, and he sends $25,000. He sends the 25 grand, and guess what? He gets another return, 10%. He makes $2,500. He's amazed. Oh my God. I feel so fortunate. I have this lovely girl. Now she's sending photos, of course. She's Asian, well-to-do Chinese girl, speaks fluent English, great girl. But he made $2,500. So he's thinking to himself, I'm so lucky. I've got the girl, I've got money. I can't lose. This is great. I'm making money. He's loving it because he's just a hard-working guy. So then he said, you know what? I'm going to invest even more than this. You would think he would learn. Okay, let's give it a break. Let's see what happens. But no, he doesn't do that. So he invests $45,000. But this time, there was silence. There was no quick return. There was no slow return. And, he's wondering what's going on. Whoever it was that was dealing with him, man or woman, or men and women, or men and men, team, whatever it was, they ghosted him. They just said, hey, buddy, that's it. The gig is up. The pig is butchered. The fish is caught. And he lost $45,000. Nothing he could do about it. Police couldn't help him. He was just an idiot, in my opinion. He was a chowderhead, if you want to call him that. A knucklehead. Giving money to someone who you've never even met. And the thing is, he never even talked to her. He didn't have a video call with her. Didn't talk to her over the phone, nothing. Just chatting through Facebook. It's so easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new relationship. You know, I've got a connection with this woman. Especially when you're talking to someone who really seems interested in you, and you look at her and you go, damn, I'm really lucky, which you shouldn't do. I hate to say it, but you know what? Even looking like this, I never think that way. Oh, I'm so lucky. No, I don't think that way. I don't let myself think that way. Because they also are lucky. So we're both lucky. That's how I look at it. But he didn't know her or he or whatever it was. So it's never okay to trust someone you meet online. Perhaps like Thai bar girls. You know, you can avoid losing your heart and your money and your dignity if you don't do these stupid things. And everybody says, oh no, it'll never happen to me, it'll never happen to me. But it does. That's the thing. Most men don't think with the brain. They think with the little head. So, you know, I understand in today's world, you know, online dating and social media have completely changed the way that people interact. I mean, listen, I was sitting there yesterday with Cyrus, a subscriber. He had seen me in a coffee shop. We talked for a while, then we went and had some lunch. Whereas right behind us was 4 women. 2 of the women were on their phones and tapping away. Just tapping away. Once in a great while, they would pipe up and say something. But that's what they do. They're into their phones, into looking at their phones. I said, you know, we noted, oh, well, this girl is cute, that one, you know. She's cute, but she's on her phone every minute. Who wants her? Every minute of the day, she's on her phone. At least every minute that I saw her, she was on the phone. So, you know, it was a bit much. It can be a bit much. So I get it. There is a certain appeal to meeting someone. You know, you're in, let's say you're in California, and then halfway across the globe, you meet some girl from Thailand. She's beautiful, soft-spoken. You even think she might be a little subservient. You think, oh, this is brilliant. She's my dream girl. The idea of meeting a beautiful woman seems like a dream come true. But the catch is that at some point, what seems like a dream can quickly turn into a bit of a nightmare. I mean, that's the truth. And in Thailand, I've seen this firsthand many times over. And over the years, I've seen it many, many times. And I shit you not. I've seen it in bars. I've just heard it from guys that I've talked to. I've had people message me, email me. And it doesn't happen too much anymore because I don't talk about it that much anymore. I know other people talk about things like that. I don't usually talk about it that much now. I just think it's kind of stupid. You want to listen, you want to meet somebody online, you got to understand that maybe they're fake. Maybe they don't look what they say they look like. Maybe they just want to get laid. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't warrant you going into your pocket, pulling all your money out. Most of the men think that they found love, and then they realize they're just another victim of some well-planned scam. And that's what happens. Guys start to get the message after a while, usually after it's too late. But this is not just, this is not just isolated to Thailand. I'm not picking on Thailand or anything like that. This kind of scam happens everywhere. But today we're going to focus on the scam happening here in Thailand, and especially with girls that guys meet online, because I just don't understand it for the most part. I mean, it's very easy to tell someone, listen, we got to do video calls all the time now. That's all we do. And even then, you shouldn't trust them 100%. Now, before I go any further, the exchange rate today is beautiful, 34.44. It's the highest that I remember in the last couple of weeks. However, the air quality is a very shitty 153. Temperature 75 degrees. High of 90, low of 70. Feel like temperature is 80, and there's 65% humidity. Well, let's see here. What else do we have? What did I do here? I think I have I think I shut that. Let's see here. Yes. Okay. Maybe I can work things out here. Before we get, too deep, if you like this stream, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so with Super Chat, Super Thanks, Cash App, Buy Me a Coffee Wise, or Patreon. If you're interested in merch, you'll find the store right below the video window. Plus, be sure to visit my website at americaninbangkok.com for even more content and to check out my books. You can also go to Amazon, or if you need a consultation, I'm here a long time. I'm not here 2 years. I'm not here 3 years. I'm here 30 years. So if you want to have a consultation, maybe save yourself a few bucks, send me a message and we'll work something out. Alrighty. The first thing that you really need to remember, is there anybody here, or am I just talking to myself? Oh, there's Andy. Andy will be right back. There's not many people here, or people are listening, I don't know. Let me see something here. Go to my paper, my notes. The first thing to remember is that for some women, their involvement with you is very serious. For you, it might be fun and games, and you might think, oh, I'm gonna go out and get drunk and screw this shit. But some of them have a longer plan, and it may not be nefarious. It may be something that she has the best of intentions. Maybe she wants to make you her boyfriend, who knows, or her husband. But whatever it is, at least in some form, you may be her meal ticket. So it kind of varies. I mean, some chicks don't think that way. Many chicks don't think, oh, I met this guy and I've gone out with him twice and he's going to be my husband. He's going to be my meal ticket. I don't think they're that stupid usually. But then again, I don't think men are that stupid sometimes, and guess what? They are. They may be, but no matter what, it pays for a man to be aware of what's happening, how the woman feels, and what her intentions are, what her motives are for what she does. Is it just about money? If it's just about money, you got to put her in her place. Listen, you get X amount and that's it. And we're going to get into a few more things, some of the rules. Because if you do it my way, you won't ever get into a predicament where you're like, oh shit, should I give this girl money? No, you shouldn't. Now let me tell you, I told you I was going to tell you a little story about something that happened to me. I once met a girl online. I met her through AOL. This is when AOL messaging was big. And really that was it. There was Prodigy, AOL. And, I had a 167 megabyte processor on my computer. That's how long ago it was. Um, I was in Southern California and she was in Northern California. So, we just, hey, how you doing? Yeah. What's your name? Blah, 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 We get to talking and then we start talking and we keep talking and we keep talking. And the girl actually mailed me photographs of her. She's FedExed a package, a little, a thick package with a bunch of photos and a bunch of other stuff. And I was impressed. I go, holy shit, man, this chick is a piece of ass. I'm like, of course I thought, oh, wow, very nice. Hopefully things will work out with us. Now, I was very comfortable with her. And a few weeks into the relationship, she said, why don't you come up? She was in the San Francisco area. I've been to San Francisco twice in my life, and that was one of the times. She says, buy a ticket, come up here. I said, okay. So I get a ticket. I bring like a backpack with a couple of shorts and t-shirts, and I had like one nice shirt, one nice pair of pants, and that was it. Right? I had enough for a couple of days. I get the ticket, and I fly up to see her. I'm excited. I'm like, she's a piece of ass. She looks great. Oh, yes. I get to the airport. She meets me at the airport, and I was like, God damn, this chick is fine. I was like, she is fine. And she was all smiles. I'm all smiles. Oh, yes, could barely contain ourselves. And we go outside, and she goes, let's go to my car. We get to her car. It's a Mercedes. Now, we drive the Mercedes. She goes, don't worry, I have a surprise for you. I said, oh, okay. She's driving. I'm just, looking at her going, God damn, her legs look good. I'm like, oh, she's got big everything. She looks good. And I'm like, okay. I'm happy. She seems happy. So, all right, Andy, you take care, man, really. Be careful, take care of yourself, and don't overdo it. So she tells me, I got a surprise for you. I say, yeah. All right. We keep driving. Finally, we get up to this place. She parks the car. She says, come with me. Turn around. We walk over. There's a limousine. I said, you got a limousine? She's like, yeah. I figured this would be a special night. And I was like, all right. I'm like, this is all right, man. I got a hot chick with a Mercedes who's taking me out in a limo. I'm like, this is just fantastic. This is too good. Too good to be true. Now, within a couple of hours, I mean like 2 hours, we're just driving around. She's like, let's just drive around and get to know each other. Now, we're drinking. After about 2 or 3 hours, we're both getting smashed. We're drunk. We're riding around in this limo, and one thing leads to another. We ended up getting naked, and we're frolicking around all over the back of the limo, and it was very fun. And I thought, oh, she's very into me. She's very nice, very sexy, great body. I mean, she looks great, smells great, comes from money. I'm like, man, this is all right. But I'm thinking to myself, I only know her online. Really. I don't really know her. And then I get there, and within like 3 hours, I got her spread eagle in the back of the limo. So part of me is going, yes. And the other part of me is going, I wonder how many guys she's done this with. So I had to think about it. But a little bit later, starting to get a little bit late, a little bit later. It's maybe 9 o'clock, and so we go pick up a couple of her friends. There's 2 girls and 1 guy. I think to myself, okay, well, you know, we'll get back to it later on. We start driving around, and you know, they come up with some places to go. So we went to a bar or two. We're all drinking. We're all getting shit faced. We all seem to get along. But then I got alone. I was alone. The girl like went to the bathroom, and everybody else was kind of like standing off a little bit. And the one of the girls came up to me and she said, "You screwed her, didn't you?" And I was like, "What the?" And I'm like, "What kind of question is that?" She goes, "You did. You screwed her." And then I thought to myself, why would she ask me this? This cannot be a good thing. She knows her friend. Maybe her friend is a little promiscuous. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I didn't say anything because I'm like, it's really none of her business. But the question was kind of off-putting, to say the least. You know, we continue to have our good time. We're drinking. But I just, you know, it kind of set the mood a little bit. Because I'm thinking, why would this girl say that? The end of the night comes. They drop off one of the girls. And the next thing I know, the guy and the girl are going back to the house where we are. So the girl says to me, "Come on, let's go. We're sleeping in the bed." I said, "All right, great." And I'm thinking, all right. It's on like Donkey Kong. Next thing I know, the girl and the guy go into the room and they're sleeping on the floor. And they're not doing anything. They're just laying there with each other. And I'm thinking, you know, come on. You know, we ain't got that much time together. It's not like I'm staying there forever. And, you know, I think, okay, well, we're going to do something. But the girl says to me, no, I'm so drunk, don't touch me, leave me alone. And in fact, the girl got up and said to me, "Just leave her alone." And I went, oh my God, you know, like, it's not like I'm trying to do anything she doesn't want to do or hasn't done with me already. But I said, okay, fine. Right? We wake up in the morning, we all got hangovers, you know, we eat a little food. The couple left. So I'm alone with her. I'm thinking, okay, well, you know, let's get cleaned up a little. Maybe we'll have some fun. Maybe we'll go somewhere, whatever we'll do. She didn't want to do anything. She's just like, no, I'm going to stay home. I don't want to do anything. And I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden, I just got this feeling like I'm there and I'm kind of like intruding on her space. And so she said, if you want, you can just sleep here again tonight. And tomorrow you're going to leave. I said, yeah. And that night, I mean, she was semi-cordial. You know, she was polite. Oh, do you want something to eat? Do you want to watch TV? But there was no hanky-panky. And I'm confused. And I'm like, did I do something wrong? She's like, no. I'm like, okay, whatever. Her entire mood changed. There was no more nookie for Scotty. And so I flew home. Now, I don't know how she did it, but I was seeing some other girl in Southern California. There was a girl that I was going out with. We were just dating. Apparently, that girl had been at my house, and the other girl called. I didn't know about it. I don't know how the hell I missed it. And they talked. So the whole time, after I got there, I didn't know where she got away to talk or anything like that. She had talked to the girl that I was dating and told her, oh, I came up, I only had a tiny little backpack and, you know, just a couple pairs of shorts and a pair of jeans and a nice shirt. I didn't come up with much. She wasn't all that impressed. But she was impressed enough to let me bang her. And so I'm like, holy shit, I got both girls mad at me. And I have no idea how all this happens. And all I could do is just kind of shrug and, okay, whatever, what are you going to do? Let them be pissed off. And it turned out to be the right move because the girl in the South, she didn't stop going out with me. I mean, we weren't real serious, but I went out with her after that. And the girl from the North actually flew down. She said it was to see me, but she flew down with a couple of her girlfriends. Now, I had a big apartment at the time. And I'm like, okay, you can stay with me. I'm thinking her and I will be staying in the bedroom and the girlfriends can stay in the other bedroom. I had 2 bedrooms. One bedroom was an office and one bedroom was my bedroom. Well, we did that, but the whole time it was like, no, I'm really not into it. Just wait until tomorrow, Okay, whatever you want. I wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. Nothing happens. Somehow she disappears with her friend. She says, I'll be back in a little while. She doesn't come back until late. I mean, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and she's trashed with her girlfriends. And that's what she tells me. I'm trashed. I just got to go to sleep. She goes to sleep. I'm wondering, like, what is going on with this chick? And she wakes up. She's hungover. Her girlfriends are hungover. Everybody's hungover except me. All they wanted to do was sleep. And I thought, she just has a place to crash out here she doesn't have to pay for. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So they left. And, I said goodbyes. Oh, yeah, goodbye. Thank you for coming. It was nice to see you. Even though she didn't bang me. Even though I thought something was going on. I have no idea whatever happened. Whatever I did. And after that visit, I never, ever saw her again. I have no idea what happened. And so my experience with meeting somebody online, even though I got some photos, and I did go and meet her in person, is that you just never know what you're getting yourself into. To me, I was like, this bitch is crazy. First of all, in the first 3 hours, she's smashed. I mean, I'm a bit drunk, but I'm not as drunk as her, but I'm not too drunk to bang her. I thought it was, it's so good to be with you after, a couple of months of talking to each other. Oh my God, I can't believe this. That's what I thought. You would think that's what the chick would be doing. No, that's not what it was. I think she just needed to get laid. I don't know. I have no idea. But things do not always turn out the way you think they will or how you plan. I mean, that's the bottom line, So now, after that little, I don't know how relevant that is, but we're going to get to some of the rules because I got a handful of rules. And these rules, I've had these rules forever, and but at least I got the banger the one time, but it was an expensive bang because I had to pay for an airfare to go up there. I had to pay to go out into the bar, which was fucking who knows how much, probably $200. Maybe it was $150 to fly up there. So it was, she was expensive. That piece of ass was expensive. Even though she rented a limo, and who knows, maybe it was her father's limo. I don't know. I still remember her name. I still remember the city she used to work in. And this is 35 years ago. She would tell me, I think what she told me at one point, she didn't want to bang me anymore. And she goes, I have a boyfriend. And I go, what? You got a boyfriend? What the fuck are you talking to me for? She thought I was cute, I was interesting, whatever. And I'm like, that doesn't mean you have to bang me, And she told me how she was going to have this guy's children and all this other shit. And I just went, oh my God. So, anyway. Now, the rules. Let's get into the rules. Because even though I have not been bar hopping for 15, 20 years, it's been a while. I mean, I've gone to the bars a couple of times in the last year or two. But I keep my hands off. That's it. I got married for a reason. That's to be married. So, rule number one, and I think anybody who has watched this channel for a long time knows what rule number one is. Do not get emotionally involved with a bar girl. Bar girl, massage girl, what do you call it? Coyote dancer, beer bar girl, go-go dancer, whatever it is. You should understand that. Do not get involved with them. Only the very elite and knowledgeable expat is capable of pulling off being with someone like that and maybe only paying for expenses. Any fool, and there are many of them in Pattaya, Bangkok, wherever, any fool can pay his way. Okay, honey, I'm going to give you 25,000 baht a month. You have to stay with me. If you want, your friends can stay too, but, I can only give out so much. Okay. Then they do whatever you want. Now, you can't always find girls that are willing to do that, or that are nice, you get along with. I mean, that just doesn't happen very often. But you either have to be very capable of pulling off that relationship, because it doesn't happen all that often, or maybe you're very, very lucky. Now, have I done it? Yes, I have in the past. Pseudo relationships. That is, I knew I wasn't going to get married to them. Maybe I called them my girlfriend at the time or something like that. But I knew that it wasn't like a girlfriend kind of relationship where we had a chance in hell of taking it to the next level. And I never really did that. Like back in the States, if I got with a chick, I lived with a couple of chicks. If I got with them, there was a reason why. I got with them because I liked them and wanted to be with them. I wanted to have a real relationship with them. But with these girls, no, not really. Kind of pseudo relationships. And they only lasted, a month or 3. Maybe 3 months. There was one that lasted for 3 months. And that's it. So that's rule number one. Do not get emotionally involved with a bar girl. Number 2. This is real easy. If you're dealing with a bar girl, and in many cases it could be a regular girl, just an ordinary girl, but they may look at relationships in a different way than you do. But I'll say, with at least with bar girls, it's business. And she is a businesswoman selling her wares. You don't have to be a prick about anything. You don't have to be negative to her or anything like that. But the bottom line is, she's in that bar to make money. She's not there to make you happy and not make any money. She puts out as much as she wants to put out, and hopefully she gets back tenfold. It's called the girlfriend experience. She makes you feel wanted, you pay her, end of story. Not, oh baby, I feel something for you. I think I love you. I want to get married. Do you want to get married, honey? That's not what you do. Some business women are better than others. Some have respect and class and dignity, and some are just ruthless mercenaries. They will take you for every penny that you have, and I know I can't even count the number of people that I've talked to who said, she took me for all my savings. I gave everything to her. I have the video up about my Thai girl scams, about this guy came over, went into the bar, saw this girl, he went, oh wow, she's really nice, she looks really good. Went with her, I guess, That was it. He went with her. He was in love. So he goes back home to the UK, and all he can do is think about her. Oh, baby, I miss you so much. Instead of moving on with his life and saying, okay, that was a lot of fun. No, he doesn't do that. He thinks about her. I've got to go back. I've got to go back. He picks up everything, sells it all. As much as he can, he sells it. And he goes back to Thailand. Now, do you know any guys like this? Because I know, they're not friends of mine, but I know many people. You guys may remember the guy who, when Starbucks used to be right here, he came in, gave me $100 because he wanted me to give him a consultation on what the hell he should do. And he tells me he's paying this girl in Pattaya 80,000 baht a month, and she won't do a damn thing for him. And I'm like, kick her to the curb. What do you think you do? It's not rocket science. But you got to remember that some of these girls can be ruthless. And as soon as things change for the worse, as soon as they think that they're not going to get enough to make it worth their while, that's it. It's over. All of a sudden, she doesn't have the same feelings for you, and you're wondering why not. So remember this as she whispers sweet nothings in your ear, and you think, she's the one. She's different. She's special. When you start thinking that way, especially if she's working in a bar, all right? I know that women on the outside of bars in the entertainment industry can be just the same as the girls working in the bar, and even worse. They can be scammers. Maybe not as many, but if you're in Pattaya, certain neighborhoods in Bangkok, Phuket, forget about it. You got to be careful. And I mean careful for yourself, and also careful not to give some chick some false hope. Even though she may not be anything like what you want, you just might want to stick your willy in her and have your way with her. Now, I'll tell you, the W district is, there's some Thais there, but it's primarily foreigners. I think, some of the women that are around there, some of them that just work there, they're vendors and things like that. Those are nice people. Good people. Most of the time, they're just good, honest, hardworking people. But a lot of people that go there to party, the women, forget about it. They're after money. They want the next cash cow. And if you want to go there and get that, that's fine. Now, I've never been that way. I've been like, you ain't getting nothing out of me, honey. I just don't feel the need to hand over my money. And it's not because I'm cheap. Has nothing to do with being cheap or frugal or anything like that. It's because if I go into a bar somewhere and some girl comes up to me and she starts chatting with me, first of all, if it's a bar like a go-go bar, then I'm wondering what the hell she's sitting there for. Because she wants a drink, she wants money, whatever. If it's a regular bar, I still think the same thing. I used to go to, what is it called? Hard Rock. The Hard Rock down in Siam Square. They used to have CM2 there. I don't know if it's still there. And, the Russians took over, and then I don't know what happened there, and I just stopped going. But that was a long time ago. But the Hard Rock was there for a long time. I used to go in there, and I'd be dancing with people, and some girl would go, oh, you want to go with me? And I'd say, how much? Oh, no, you don't have to pay me. It was bullshit. It was all bullshit. So you got to remember that. Now, number 3, as sweet as she is and can be, imagine her going in the other direction. So she's very sweet, and you think, oh, what a wonderful girl. Well, just as sweet as she is as cruel and inhumane as she could be. If she's sweet, she's a nice girl, and she stays right here. This is the center line, and she's right here. She doesn't go all the way over here. Oh, baby. Oh, you're so handsome. She's feeding you a line of bullshit. Then when things get rough, she's going to be all the way farther on the other side. She could be Cruella de Vil. I don't know where I thought about that, but the very things that you found so cute about her, maybe her poor English skills or whatever, can grow to be a hassle and very irritating over time. Because with these women, it's all fun and games until it isn't. You think everything is great. Let me tell you another story, real quick. I went out one night. I wanted to meet some of my buddies. Turned out I was out. I was going to this place. It was a Thai bar. Not the sort of place that foreigners go. And I just ended up going in, and I thought, well, maybe they'll come in, maybe they'll call, whatever it is. I'm the only foreigner in the whole place. Now, these girls sit down next to me. I start talking to them. They sit with me for an hour or so. I buy them a couple of drinks. I'm thinking, things are good. And, there was a manager working there, and she was very cute. And I said, hey, I think you're the cutest one in here. You want to go out after you get off, and we'll go do something? She says, no, I have to go home and get some rest, but I will give you my phone number. I said, okay. All right, whatever. I just continue to sit there. Now, I'm there for about 3 hours. The end of the night, I get the bill. They were charging me for the girls that were sitting with me. They were charging me for every drink I gave from my bottle to the girls. I got charged for so many things. My bill was like 10,000 baht. Now, I just got the bill and I went, no, 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 okay. The lady said, well, this is for this and then, you got to pay for the ice and blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, fine. I got out of there. The bill was like $150. It was like 5,000 baht. And I was so mad at myself because of what happened. I got totally fooled. Here I think these women, and of course, I got the girl's phone number, but I never did anything with it because I thought to myself, do I really want to be with a chick who's working in this kind of a bar? And I went, no, I don't want to be with her. She wasn't that hot. She wasn't a 10, and even then, it wouldn't have mattered. So be careful. Number 4, and not to burst the image of your girl, but when you feel yourself putting her up on a pedestal, which some guys do, for whatever reason, picture her on the toilet, or when she's sick, or she has wicked diarrhea from a spicy Thai meal, or when she's puking her guts out. Or think of her out with you when you go out drinking together, you get drunk, but she's so inebriated, you have to carry her, which has happened to me before, long ago. I had to carry there were a couple of chicks, I had to carry them because they were so smashed, they couldn't walk, they couldn't function. Which, I was mad about it. And one girl, I told her, if you ever do that again, I'll never go out with you again. And she didn't, at least when I was with her. Now, you take care of her the best you can, but the problem is you're preparing for, oh, let's have a little fun in the sack. She's so smashed. There's no way. She can't even move. She's dead. She doesn't even know where she is. So it's not going to happen. Now, if you still feel like you need to put her up on a pedestal, just send me a message, give me a call, do whatever you got to do. And if that's not enough, if after I talk to you, that's not enough, then freaking get on your hands and knees and crawl into a hole and disappear. Because you should not put anybody on a pedestal. I don't care who they are. Have a little pride. All right, number 5. In Asia, if you are the man, you are expected to make the decisions. If you ask her where to go out to eat, and she says, up to you, you make the decision. It's up to you of where to go. And if she complains about her, you tell her it's tough shit. Most Thai girls are not complaining all that much. They're not going to do that. But every once in a while, you get one that will. They ask you where to go. You tell them where to go, and then they complain. Too bad, honey. Number 6, and this is a big one. Nobody forces you to give her your money. It is coerced out of you. It plays on your emotions. Don't have those emotions. Don't have those emotions. It goes, oh, she's so sweet. What a nice girl she is. Oh. Why? She doesn't force you to transfer money, to write her a check, to give her your credit card. That doesn't happen. Those things are yours, and they should remain yours. If you don't want her spending your money, don't leave your money out. Put it in the safe. Keep all of it in the safe. I know that most of them are good, honest women, and they won't, if you've got 2,000 baht sitting there, that 2,000 baht will probably be there when you come back. That's usually how most of them are. They're honest. But some of them are not. And do not, under any circumstance, let her have access to your ATM card. That's just stupid. I mean, now, you may have an account set up where you only have a little bit of money in it. You got 3,000 baht or something like that. And, you got to transfer money over to take more money out of it. Okay, maybe then, but then she has your PIN number. Why do you want her to have your PIN number? Don't be a lazy fuck. Do it yourself. Don't let her drag you around by your hand. Oh, don't worry, I'll get the money out for you, honey. You may think that you know her and you're getting to know her and she's such a great girl, but she may very well be, but don't tempt her. Number 7, if you still feel like you must send this woman money, whether it's $100 or $10,000, only give as much as you can comfortably afford to lose. Sort of like giving out a loan. If you've got to loan the money, then only give as much as you are prepared and comfortable to never get back. So if, you've got $500,000 sitting in the bank and she just wants $100, and it's not all the time, you go, all right, you know what, fine. Because it doesn't really hurt you. But I still don't think it's a wise idea. I think you should just don't set a precedent. Now, this one's a big one. Anybody still here? Not much talk today. Maybe all ears. Do me a favor, smash the like button. Come on. Number 8, the man with the gold makes the rules. Do not forget this. Now think about it. You're footing the bill for damn near everything. If not everything. You might be paying for everything. So why does she call the shots? Oh, well, she knows Thailand. No. I'm not saying that you can't ask for input from her on Thai matters that maybe you don't know about. All I'm saying is, the bottom line is, you're the man with the gold. And you should remember that you are the prize because you have the gold. Because for a lot of them, that's what they want. Now, some of them are smart enough to know, or they're good looking enough, or they're sexy enough, or whatever it is, that they think to themselves, listen, I know I can get a certain standard of man, so I'm not gonna just go for any guy who's got some money. I wanna go after somebody else. And I'll tell you what, when I first came over here, I met a girl who I went out with off and on for about 2 years. And she was on the fence, I guess you could say. Because she would meet a guy, and the guy would end up, throwing her money. And, she'd go out with him for a couple of months. And she'd be fine, because she was living off of next to nothing. She was living off of like 10,000, 12,000 baht a month. And she would get like 100,000 a month. She had some boyfriend who was giving her 100,000. Man from Denmark, give me 100,000 baht. And I was amazed, because I'm like, what stupid son of a bitch is giving her that much money? Unbelievable. And the thing is that I went out with her, and in 3 months, I think I spent 12,000 baht altogether. That's going out everywhere, doing everything, and she paid most of the bills. And I was like, okay, fine. That's fine with me. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. You're a modern woman, right? The man with the gold makes the rules. She doesn't call the shots, you do, period. And that's it. That's the bottom line. No ifs, ands, and buts. You are the man with the gold. Now, the man with the gold makes the rules, but a woman can make your life miserable if you are not a benevolent ruler. So you should be fair, generous. This is rule number 9. Fair and generous if she's your woman, and make sure to remember that it is your choice to be with her. If you can't be decent to her, then you probably don't need to be with her. I'm not saying you should be a cheapskate, because you definitely should not be. You go out to dinner, yeah, you pay for the dinner, whatever. I mean, and it depends on what your girl is doing for work. If your girl has money, she may go, oh, you know what, I'm going to take you out tonight. Oh, very nice. But it's your choice to be with her, and it's your choice to be with that type of a person, whatever type of person she is. So remember that. Good or bad, it's your choice. Okay. Rule number 10. If you want almost instant trouble, go back to the bar from last night and take the same girl. Take her 2 nights in a row. Take her 2 nights in a week. Okay. Maybe you can spend 1 or 2 nights with her and have 0 problems. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe she is detached enough from her emotions, and so are you, that you're not going to get into some heavy-duty relationship. But if you guys are banging, like really banging, like, really good sex, after 2 times, even 1 time, she may start to develop some feelings for you, or she may start to think that you're hers. You're her prize. But the 3rd time is a charm. You don't want that 3rd time. That's a strikeout. Even 2 times sometimes is too much. I remember a long time ago, I went out with some girl, and she was also on the game. And she said to me, well, I said to her, rather, I've been going out with you for like 2 months. You've never asked me for any money. I'm like, why is it you don't ask me for any money? I go, I know we're just going out kind of casually, but I thought you would be, you need money. She goes, do you want me to ask you for money? And I said, no. She goes, well then, don't. I like being with you. I said, oh, okay. That was good enough for me. And we didn't go out much longer or anything, but, you know, if the girl's on the game, you really only get 2 strikes at the most. The 3rd strike, you're out. You're gonna start having problems. You know, that, I mean, really, you don't even go to the same bar. Like the next night, you go to a different bar, go somewhere else. Anyway, these rules can help guide you towards a more rewarding and less problematic relationship. My rules tend to be pretty practical, and they're focused on avoiding the pitfalls that you may have. Normal guys, regular guys who don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, that they may have when they come over here because they're nice. She, you know, she knows I'm a nice guy. Oh yeah, no, I know care about handsome. I only care your heart. You good man. You good man, yes. I look at it, I'm good man. No, I'm not a good man. I'm not a good man for you. I'm a good man for you tonight. And then I'm gone. Right? Now, a few other things here that we should just get into a little bit. And one of them is understanding cultural norms. You should, and I'm talking about if you're not here on your first night, if you've been here for a couple of weeks or something like that, you need to learn some of the social norms, the Thai etiquette, and even if you're dating someone, which, you know, younger guys tend to meet girls and maybe the girl thinks there's some kind of a future or whatever, you know, and then it pays to know what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. I mean, one thing is very easy. It's no PDA, public displays of affection. You shouldn't be macking with her with your finger down her pants in the middle of some restaurant. You may do that back in Boise, Idaho, but here in Thailand, that shit don't fly, man. I mean, listen, even with me, I mean, I've been drunk and done a couple of things in my day where I'm like, son of a bitch, I should have just got a room. But you don't want to do that here. It just doesn't go over well. And remember that if she's got a family, if you're the kind of person who wants to get involved with her, then you're going to be getting involved with her and her entire family. It's going to be all of you. So if you're not ready for that, then don't do it. If she says, you want to go see Mama, Papa? No, not yet, honey. Not yet. All right, another one. Be honest about your intentions. And that's a good one. Always be honest with them. If they say, you like me? You like me so much? You love me? Oh, I think you love me. I love you. No, honey, I don't love you. It's not like that. I really like you. You're a lot of fun, whatever, but I don't want a relationship, and they may push you on it. Just be firm and don't ever waver. Don't go, well, I don't know, maybe we could, maybe it would work out. No, that's not what you do. You don't waver. Miscommunication, disinformation can lead to misunderstandings. Number 3, I don't know about this one, avoid stereotyping. Treat individuals as unique rather than making assumptions based on stereotypes about Thai women or men. Now, what I would say is, just because she works in the bar, you don't treat her like, oh, well, she's less than. You don't do that. It's stupid. You know, even if you don't approve what she's doing or how she's living her life or whatever it is, you always give her respect. And that's really important. You leave them with, I mean, if you go out with her and you bang her and you don't want to bang her anymore, I mean, like that happens. You just go, no, I'm really not into it. I don't want to anymore. It's nothing about you. It's me. It's not you, it's me. But I don't want to get into anything serious. And she may bug you, she may not bug you, but over time, that's it. There's no more. You've already set the precedent. You've already been honest enough. And then if she comes back and she goes crazy on you, and I'll tell you one thing. I knew a girl who actually, she cracked a bottle over this guy's head. It was a Heineken bottle. Right in front of Nana on the street, right out by Nana Disco. She cracked the guy over the head with the bottle. Well, me being the kind of guy that I was, eventually, I don't know, a month later or something, I decided to, okay, well, I need a little something. And she tried to pull the same shit with me. I want this, I want that. I said, no, you need to leave. You need to get out right now. And she did leave, and later she came back to me and she goes, oh, I was having a bad day that day. I'm really sorry. Do you want to go again? I went, no, that's all right. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Learn the language. I mean, I've gone over this 50 million times. Even basic Thai will go a long way for you and gain you a modicum of respect. I mean, there are times when I just go, I can't speak Thai for anything. I just forget everything. Sometimes I'm trying to talk to my wife and I go, I don't know what the word is for that. And I go, God damn, I can't believe I can't remember that. And then I remember later on. And sometimes I remember all kinds of things and I can talk to her and we don't have any problem. Most of the time we speak in English. But you need to learn a little bit of Thai. I think it's really important. And I know some guys, they don't think it's all that important. I know that Jono is still studying and he doesn't think he's making much progress. And I'm like, listen, just keep going. Because eventually it will stick. You may not speak perfectly, but you may be okay. You just speak halfway decent, that's good enough. Most Thais they're not, oh, you don't speak great Thai, so I don't want to know you. Nothing like that. Come on. Be mindful of your partner's comfort zones and avoid imposing your own cultural expectations, and also don't let her impose hers. Meet halfway, meet in the middle. Understand that sometimes there are certain things in the culture that you don't want to overlook. You don't want to, there's certain things that you just have to do. I'll tell you something. What's today? Friday. When did I go? 2-1. I went on Wednesday to the temple with my wife and Alex. Nicholas is sick. I went with them. And I don't usually go to the temple. It's not because I'm, totally against religion or anything like that. That has nothing to do with it. And I'm not totally against religion. I just don't want to go most of the time. But my wife said to me, it's very important you go. It's the new year. We need good luck, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? You're right. I'll go with you. Okay. And this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just have to be aware that certain things are important. And I felt like, you know what, this is important to her, I'm gonna go. And I'm not the kind of guy who just jumps at everything. He goes, oh yeah, honey, I'm gonna go. Oh, don't worry. I don't do that. Right? But if it's really important, I will go and I will come through. I will do these kind of things. All right. Some other rules for avoiding common pitfalls. And this should go without saying. But make sure that you are slightly wary of bar girls. I mean, be friends with them. Have a good time. Do whatever you want to do with them, Get sexy, get kinky, do whatever you want to do. But just be slightly wary and understand that, you know, it's a business. Don't get emotionally involved with them. You know, don't mistake transactional relationships for genuine connections. Because I'll tell you, when the money's gone, so are they. She was fine before she met you, and she'll be fine after you're gone. That's how it works. Something else, and it's all I've been saying this whole stream. Limit your financial investment and involvement with them. Avoid giving money. Avoid paying for her family expenses or buying gifts. You don't have to take her shopping and buy her gold. You don't have to buy her a pot of gold, a half a pot of gold, a quarter pot of gold. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to go and buy her a couple of nice dresses. You don't have to do that. If she is a working girl, don't do that. Now, if you've got a strong relationship, you guys have been together for a while, okay. Again, don't spend more than you can afford to lose. But okay, it's okay to buy someone gifts. That's a nice thing to do. I'm just saying, if they are a working girl and that's what they're doing, working, do not allow yourself to go out and buy them lavish gifts, because true connections do not require monetary support. Hey Cyrus, how you doing? Now the other thing, and I know guys are not going to do this. Yeah, you too. Very nice. Cyrus and I had a nice lunch yesterday, a nice minato. Minato, very good. Now, the next thing that I'm going to say, take it slow. I know that's really hard for some guys, but build the relationship gradually. Spend time. Do not rush into commitments right away, and allow yourself some time to assess the compatibility that you may have with your partner. Give it time. Let it build naturally. Don't just jump into it and go, we should get married. You've known her a week. You want to get married? Come on. Or let's move in together. Another brilliant move. You don't really want to do that. Any suggestions on lunch? Go to, what's the name of that Mexican place? Mexican place, I think it's on Soy 11. Can't remember, what the hell's the name of it? It's not Taco Tuesday. No, well, you could go to Molino's. That's pretty good. Molino's is all right. Margarita Storm. That's the one I was thinking of. But Molino is pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Damn, Charles, you've been here for a while now, huh? Oh, you know what? Charles is Hawaiian. Cyrus is Hawaiian too. Here you go. Kapau kapla. Kapau kapla. Man, you know what? I was telling my wife and I was telling my mother. I mean, I eat Thai food about 10% of the time. I eat Japanese, I eat American, I eat Italian, I eat Vietnamese. But I don't want to eat Thai all the time. It gets boring, man. Really, really fast for me. So it's good you get to eat that and you can enjoy it. I wish I could. How's it, brother Charles? Let me see here. Let me get in. Let me continue while you guys chat. Yeah, take it slow. You know what happens? Oh God, I don't know about that. There's probably a Vietnamese place in Terminal 21. I'm trying to think. Let me see something. Shit doesn't tell me. Oh, here it is. One Vietnamese, supposedly. Let me see. Vietnamese Express at MRT Sukhumvit. It looks all right. It doesn't look great, but it looks okay. Let's see here. What happens many times, now I know about this, all right? I know how tempting it is. You meet a girl on your trip. You're here for 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe you get to know her for, let's say, a week and a half. You feel like you really like her. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. She's working in the bar. Every day you're paying her bar fine and you're taking her out of there. You don't listen to the 2-day rule. You don't listen to take it slow. You want her. Oh, I gotta have her. She's wonderful. She's everything I've ever dreamed of. So you want to get involved. Now you've got to fly back. Oh my God, I'm flying back tomorrow. She may even go with you to the airport. Oh baby, ooh, I miss you. I'm gonna miss you. Ooh. Yeah. Right? She's gonna miss you so much. So you decide, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna give her money and she's gonna stop working and she's not gonna go to that bar ever again. I don't want her going to that terrible place. I'll give her $25,000. Now, little do you know, she'll take your $25,000. She'll take the money she's making at the bar. She's just making more money. And she'll just lie. That is what they do. Now, I'm not going to say all of them do that, because I don't think they do. Many of them do, though. You know, instead of making 50,000 baht a month, you're sending her 25. She's making 75 grand. She's like, all right, yeah, this is how you do it right here. This is what you do. So you need to take it slow, and I mean slow. First of all, like I said, stay away from the bar girls. But you meet a girl here, you know what, honey, you do what you want to do. You want to date? Date. I'm going home. I'm going to date if I want to date, but I'll be back in October. You come back in October, you see each other, you're still smitten with each other, and maybe you figure something out. Maybe it works out. Maybe it doesn't. But that way you have not put so much into the relationship that you are heartbroken. She's heartbroken. All right, one more here. Trust but verify. I mean, that's pretty simple. Easy to remember. Be cautious if someone's story seems too dramatic or far-fetched. Scammers often prey on foreigners by appealing to their sense of generosity, to their kind heart. And what I would say is, if you get into a relationship with anyone, I'm talking about here in Thailand, it could be the Philippines. Filipinos are the same way. Could be in Vietnam, could be in Cambodia, I don't care where it is. But if immediately you're going out with them, you've been going out with them for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden there's this huge problem. She's on the phone talking to somebody. You don't know what she's saying. All you hear is she's yapping. Yeah, I like pho. There's a couple of good places, but you know, I only the Vietnamese. There's a Vietnamese place here. It's called Miss Saigon. But what I was gonna say is, if you just are going out with them, I don't care if she's an ordinary girl who's, you know, working a 9-to-5 job, or she's working in the bar or whatever it is. If immediately there are problems like, oh, my papa, he have bad heart, I need money for the hospital, or oh, my baby's sick, or oh, mama, she need money because now we don't have money, oh, she needs 20,000 baht. If you start getting, oh, the buffalo died, you start getting these stories, like, within a day or two or a month or whatever it is, just see you later, baby. Too much, man. It's too much. If I said to somebody if I met a woman, imagine this, I meet a woman. I go, oh, you're so beautiful, baby. You are so beautiful. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm with you. I'm so happy I met you. You're banging, you're having a great time. And 2 weeks later, I go, shit, that money I had, it's run out now. I got no money. What am I supposed to do? And I go, oh, well, hey, honey, listen, if you lend me $1,000, I'll give it back to you in 3 days. And you were the woman, how would you feel? You'd be like, what the you think I'm going to give that to you? I mean, some women would. I know that. Because they have a good heart or whatever it is. But many would go, get the fuck out of here, you loser. I mean, they would. Okay, now, little practical tips with meeting women. Listen, if you're in the mall, you can meet them in the mall. Easy. You don't have to be extremely forward, though. You're not like, hey, you want to go out tonight? Hey, you really want to go out tonight? I mean, well, let's go. Let's go somewhere tonight, me and you. That's not how it works in Thai culture, especially if they're a good girl. If they're a good girl, you may have to talk to one of their friends and just kind of put the feelers out. Oh, does she have a boyfriend? No. Oh, really? I think she's really cute. Then the friend will go back, tell her, oh, he thinks you're really cute. And then if she likes you, then maybe you'll hook up. I was going to Ruam Sop Market for lunch. Good food at reasonable prices. Yeah. Oh, man. So that's how that's how Thai culture works, for the most part. Let me see something here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me go on here. If you don't trust anyone, you'll never be disappointed. Very true. Okay, let me see here. Instead of focusing on nightlife, like going partying at the bars, join some clubs, take some classes, go to the gym. Listen, the gym doesn't have 100% women that are fantastic looking with fantastic bodies. But there are some that have great bodies, they're in good shape, and they speak English usually. They're not the poorest of the poor, because they're paying for a gym membership. Now, I don't know. I mean, I know a couple that they're probably not real rich, but they've got their shit together. And, if that's what you want to go after some of those women, you can do it. You got to do it subtly. You got to do it slyly. You got to be patient. It's a pain in the ass. That's why people go to the bar girls, because they can get a quick piece of ass and they don't have all those ties. But anytime alcohol is involved, you are left to wonder about the reality of your interaction. Okay? That's how it works. Now, if you are a man, you know what you want and what you do not want, what you are comfortable with, and how your communication should work with each other. You should know how it works. I know myself, if I write a message to my wife online, I may not get a response right away, but I will get a response. But I would not get a long, drawn-out paragraph answering my question or responding to something that needs to be responded to. She'll write maybe 3 or 4 words at the most. I asked her yesterday, you coming back today or tomorrow? Tomorrow. Boom, that's it. She's no bullshit. She doesn't say, well, I'm thinking about coming back tonight, but maybe tomorrow, but for sure I'll come back tomorrow. There is none of that. All right, so you got to figure all these things out. You got to set your boundaries, what's acceptable, what's not. You also need to understand that families, Thai families, are very close-knit. And dating someone may involve interactions with the family, and sometimes it's earlier than you expect. Sometimes it might be you just go over to pick her up for something and boom, there's mom. Jesus. You know. Now, in my case, my wife and my kids are my family. Right? I and my kids are her family. And we are very close-knit. Too close-knit sometimes. But that's the way that it works. And that's okay. I mean, if I'm, on the sofa laying there watching TV, we're watching a movie, and the old lady comes up and lays next to me and is watching a movie, and the kids are laying there on the floor, and they fall asleep, and I fall asleep, and the old lady falls asleep, she's not going to tell the kids, go to your room and fall asleep. It doesn't matter. She's sleeping with the kid. It doesn't matter. All that doesn't matter. We're a family. Why should we not sleep together? That happens sometimes. Now, 2 more things, and these are just kind of, I don't know. These are the kind of things that you should know already. But make sure that your finances, you have a clear idea of where you are with your finances, and that the woman you're with, whoever she is, understands you're not Mr. Moneybags. You are not a walking ATM. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is, if your relationship does progress, I don't know what percentage progresses, but you need to understand that you may have to go home with her for whatever reason, or you may end up having to stay here. Now, I wanted to stay here. I was already like, I'm going to stay here. And after the first year, I went, I'm just going to keep staying here. I want to stay here as long as I can. And then we ended up hooking up, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm staying. And now I wouldn't even dream of going back home. I mean, that's how it is. So understand these things. Understand that, you may be, there are a lot of young guys now coming to Thailand. They, I don't want to live in America. So they live here and they're making money however they're making money. But what I would say is remember that in the future, you may have a wife, you may have kids. You may your needs may be different than what they are now. So you need to remember that. Now, of course, we are primarily talking about bar girls, but if you think you're going to stroll into Thailand as a newbie and immediately find the cream of the crop, I mean, the creme de la creme of Thai women, you might want to think again. Because most men, they are never getting the creme de la creme. They're not getting the top 10% of Thai women. Most foreigners, they're not in that world. They're not going to get that. If you're a 2-week millionaire, the chances are you will be abstinent, or you may be sticking with the bar girls, or you might just get lucky. You might hook up with whatever kind of girl it is. Maybe it's a girl on the fringe. That is to say, girls who may or may not be part-timers. It all depends. But I'm going to say the highest percent, the older you get and the less handsome you become, the percentage of women that want more money goes up. And if you're younger and you know you got plenty, you know, you're younger and you got enough stuff going on for yourself that the woman is interested in you, then generally a lot of young women will be after you. I mean, when I came here, I was 32, and I didn't have any problem like with regular girls. I was like, holy shit, man. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm amazed at this. There's so many women that are available. I was like, I can't believe it. Everywhere I turned, that's what I thought. Everywhere I looked, I was like, holy shit, man. I couldn't stop. I was always looking. I couldn't believe it. That's not always true. You may think they are. You may think, oh, they're all available. Yeah, I got to tell you, Cyrus, myself and Billy, we saw this woman once. She's about 35 or 40. She was the most well put together woman that either of us have ever seen in our lives. She was so fine. And we couldn't believe it. We were in shock. To this day, if I say something to him about that woman, he'll go, oh yeah. Unbelievable, this woman. Now, even if your woman runs a business outside of the entertainment industry, it does not mean that she is all, what do you say, peaches and pie? She is sweet, loyal, smart, and a person of fantastic character. She may be, but she may not be. Just because she doesn't work in a bar doesn't mean she doesn't have those kind of qualities where she's after your money. She wants what she wants, and she's going to be, she's going to make it known that this is what I want in our relationship. This is what I need. And if you don't want to give it up, then I'll go find somebody else. That's how some girls are. So that's why you need to know her. You need to truly know her. I'm not talking about the most intimate ways you have to know her. I'm talking about every other way. Knowing her intimately, yeah, of course, that's nice, right? You know things about her that maybe nobody else knows, or not many know. But you need to know a lot about her. You need to really get to know her in many different situations. Does she treat the waiters and waitresses like shit? Does she treat them well? Does she tip? Is she a good person? Does she speak politely to everybody, even if she's pissed off? Oops. If she's the type of woman who gives a guy 80 baht in a taxi, and the fare is 79, and she's constantly grabbing the 1 baht back, she's probably not a great woman, okay? I mean, some Thais may be that way, but many Thais, I mean, it's 1 baht. They don't care. If they're really poor, they're either really poor, or she's just a bitch. You know, she's taking that money back. This is why it takes time to get to know someone. You need to get to know them when they're not on their best behavior. That's, I mean, you know, let's face it, when you go out with a girl, I don't care if she's a bar girl, whatever she is. You go out with her one time. You guys are, generally, you tend to be on your good behavior. Now, you may not be. You may go out and get shit-faced drunk and, you know, cause a scene. I don't know. But most people are on their good behavior. And what you want is to weed through that and find out what is their normal behavior and get to know them then. So, all right. Where are we here? 99 minutes. Well, I did a lot of talking today. I didn't do very much. I did a lot of talking, and there's not that many people. There's people in the stream, but not that many people that are chatting in the chat. So hopefully you guys learned a little something. It's not rocket science. I always say that, but it is not rocket science. Okay? And tomorrow morning, I'm going to talk about something else in a video that I put up. That video will be up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And after the stream, it should lead you to that video so you know where it is. If you need to bookmark it, you can bookmark it. You can do whatever you want. So I hope you found this enlightening, informing, and engaging. But before I go, do not forget to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Click the notification bell so you never, ever, ever miss an update. If you want to support the channel, you can do so with the Super Chat, Super Thanks, Cash App. I feel like it should be a song. Buy me a coffee. I also have the Wise up there. Let me tell you something. I got to transfer some money in about a week or two. It's 10 grand. I got to transfer the money. And I'm like, you transfer that much through Wise, they're going to flag you. They're going to hold it for a bit. If I try to spend it on my card in the United States, they'll only allow you to spend up to a certain amount. Now, maybe I can get a waiver or, you know, just get them to let me spend what I want to spend. But the amount of miles I get, frequent flyer miles I'll get, is about 60% of what I would get if I used my credit card here. I just pay on my credit card, but I can only pay $5,000 on my credit card, so that means I have to pay 2 days in a row. So it's, you know, it'll be difficult. I have to figure out what to do. What's the cap for Wise transfer before they flag me? Well, they could flag you for $1,000 if you're only making $100 transfers all the time. I mean, they could flag you for $500. But if you're transferring $9,998, my guess is they're going to flag you. You know, anything over 10 grand, the United States knows what you're doing. So it's something to think about. I mean, I could pay in cash, I guess, but I have to, you know, I have to move some things around, and it's just a pain in the ass, you know. So, anyway, let me get back to this here. Yeah, I said the whole thing about the Cash App, Buy Me a Coffee, Wise, Patreon, and get your merch. Check out the store below the video window. Don't forget to check out my website at americaninbangkok.com, and you can find some more content there and grab a copy of my books. You can also go to Amazon to get those books. If you'd like a consultation, send me an email to americaninbangkok.com. We'll work something out. So I appreciate everybody joining me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Very nice. Lots of foreigners walking around. I am Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok Dile, Jerken Mai. That is good luck. And until next time, stay safe, take care, and ta-ta. Bye for now. I guess that's what I've got to say. So I'll see y'all later. All right? Take it easy. Bye, Gabe.